little to none and survive in Jamaica, and a man will be rich as ever and cannot survive in Jamaica. And don't let nobody tell you about you cannot survive in Jamaica. You can. All boils down to where you choose to live, or you choose to party. Importantly, your friends. Let me tell you something. In this world, can survive anywhere. We're humans. We can survive. Jamaica is not the most expensive place to live. Jamaica is not the worst place to live. Jamaica is actually one of the easiest places to live if you know how to live. Hey, if you're new here, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Julie. I hope all is well with everyone. This one is for people that's assuming they cannot survive or live in Jamaica. And a lot of people on here telling people, oh, you have to make a certain amount of money to live in Jamaica. And I get that we all need money, but to be frank, I believe a lot of people, lifestyle habits have a lot to do with how you survive in Jamaica. Because a man could have little to none and survive in Jamaica, and a man will be rich as ever and cannot survive in Jamaica. And that's logics. And there's several reasons: where you live at, how you eat, how often you party, or if you do party, or if you have a simple lifestyle. Meaning, if a man is going to maintain a car, a house, and have a lavish lifestyle, of course overheads are high most of the time. A man that's living in a simple neighborhood, which is just like maybe the ghetto or whatever, of course his lifestyle is different, and he's going to be able to survive, because most of the time survival is not about just money. Survival is about how to obtain things, how to get things done, how to get food easily. A lot of people don't know how to even food shop. People will have a lot of money and cannot even buy food, know what to buy when they go to the supermarket. You give a man $10,000-$15,000 in Jamaica and tell him to go food shopping with it, and he'll do just fine. And depends on the size of your family as well, okay? And how many people you have to provide for if you're the only person in the household that have to provide. And a lot of people don't take these things in consideration. Now, every man pocket is different. Every man lifestyle is different. How you choose to live will determine how much money you spend or will need to live or survive in Jamaica. Jamaica is not as hard as everybody make it seems, It's just the fact that once we all travel and seeing the bigger picture in the world, we assume that we're supposed to live a certain lifestyle, or it's imperative, or it's very important to live this way or that way. No, every man can live however they want, and you will always come on here and hear 10 different amount of, or more like 10 different argument of how much you will need to live in Jamaica. And I will tell you, all of them could be right. Every last one of them could be right. And they're simple factors. Now, I'm going to give you a prime example. Live in my apartment in Stony Hill for years. My bills was actually affordable. My water expenses maybe around $2,000-$3,000 per month. My light, to be honest, was more in town. Sometimes my light bill was like around, and that was like years ago, my light bill was like, say roughly around $6,000. I remember paying heavy water bill at times too, maybe around $7,000, which didn't make any sense. And that's town, right? Food will run me. I have 2 kids at the time. We had 2 kids at the time in the household, and it was running us around, say, for food, I could say maybe not even $9,000. Depends on what we buy. And I eat well. I eat good. Is how you shop. But back then, to be fair and frank, when we was with 2 people in the household, just 2 kids and 2 adults, it was affordable because back then was back then. We've been living in our house now for 15 years or more. Now, to be fair to you guys, I'm gonna tell you this. Right now, my light bill is coming in between. If I go there and I run an air conditioner, between 15 to say 18,000 Jamaican dollars, right? That's if I run the air conditioner. If I look at it now with water bill, say my water is roughly around 4,500 per tank, which will last me for like a month or so. So in total, to fill both my tanks is $9,000. I do buy water. Water comes in a pipe, but it's not coming enough. I do have a pump. They say they fixed it, whatever. I don't really care. I get water. My tanks are always filled. I had 3 tanks at first. One of them popped, so I have 2 left. So I have to get that replaced, which I'm going to do in the transition of moving the tanks from where they at. But we still get a water bill, even though no water coming into the pipe. We're paying, the water bill is saying per month around 3,000 something, I think, which doesn't make any sense, but whatever. Nevertheless, what I'm saying is how you live. In Jamaica, you're looking at your overhead. People say expenses. You have to think about, some people have electric stove, some people have gas stove, some people cook by wood or coal, some people don't, and that's a factor of how people survive it. Like I said, people in the country or the rural areas will sometimes have it a little bit cheaper than people living in Kingston. And I'm gonna tell you one prime example why people living in Kingston have it harder is because of the housing. Housing is very tight in Kingston and they're very expensive. When you will could rent a 1-bedroom in the country between say $40,000 to $70,000, a good one, really nice one, you can still get an apartment which is not so fancy, maybe between 25, 30, which a nice one still, but not as fancy or up to date, modern. A 2-bedroom is going to run you between roughly 100 to 150 or 200,000 in town, and I'm telling you, that's a fact, and you can look it up yourself. You don't need for me to tell you that if you're looking for one. But if you're in the country area, you can still get a 2-bedroom between $50,000 to $100,000. Really nice 2-bedroom apartment. A house also is possible to rent in the country area for up to $100,000. Very nice one in a nice neighborhood, gated and all. But a lot of people tend to believe that these people are kicking out numbers and it's not possible. It is possible to live affordable in Jamaica. It is possible to live really, really cheap in Jamaica. And like I said, it depends on your lifestyle, what you eat, where you go, who you hang with, how you shop, where you shop, okay? And not because you get a pretty affordable food, that don't mean the food is not good. That's not true. And I find out a lot of people assume that, oh, you go shop there, the food is no good. No, it's the same food. Most of the time, it's the same exact food. The thing about some of these expensive neighborhoods, when you go shopping in them, they have to hike their price up because guess what? Their overhead is high too. Their light, their water, their rent that they're paying, because some of these places, people rent them food, sell them product. So them things are gonna be very, very expensive. Another thing that a lot of people don't understand, some people shop downtown in the market area where it's more affordable for produce, because there's a lot of vegetarian in Jamaica. And to be honest, when you buy fresh vegetables and you're eating like that, and fruits and vegetables, it tends to be a little bit more expensive, to be honest, sometimes, because you want the best for yourself. So you will go and spend that money because you eat raw food, or you eat vegetables, or you're vegan, vegetarian, whatever, and you eat a lot of fish. Those things will cost you. And if you're a meat lover, not saying that meat ain't expensive, you tend to eat a little bit of meat, not a lot of meat. A lot of people tend to keep it, you know, simple, or not eat so much meat as if they was eating, you know. But anyway, give or take, what I'm saying is this: you can afford a lot of things in Jamaica. You can survive in Jamaica off a decent income. And I could tell anyone right now, if you're still making 200,000, 300,000, and you're in your own home, you can live lavish. If you making $300,000, $400,000 in Jamaica, owning your own home, you can live lavish. And if you even paying a mortgage of $50,000 to $100,000, you can still live okay. You know what I mean? I'm telling people that because some people get frightened with, because the fact that them come off foreign and them feel like, so, oh, them get high, all of a sudden, no, they don't want to live in this neighborhood, they don't want to live. I understand safety comes first for a lot of people. And a lot of us pretend as if you live in these gated community, things cannot happen. Things can happen to you in these gated community. Things can happen to you. I've seen people living in gated community being robbed like crazy while they're even sleeping. So no one come up here and talk about, oh, I want to live in this gated community, 24 security. Security don't mean nothing. The same security that will rob you if need be, okay? Send them people and come there, act like they didn't see or know what's happening. And not only that, The same security could screw you over right in your face, and you not even know they're about to screw you over. So don't come on here and talk about, oh, security this, and you're paying for this and you're paying for that. Yes, you do get what you pay for, but sometimes even when you're paying for the good quality things, you're still getting garbage, or you're still getting the same thing that a person's paying the same cheap price for outside. Let me let you know that right now. And I've seen people live in neighborhood that's not gated, really decent enough, and never been robbed, never been bothered. I do understand some area you go will be a little noisy, or you know, whatever. I'm not saying to go live those places, but some people put them chests a little bit too high and then want to put themselves in a place where they think they're better than people. So enough of the time they get bite because you act a certain way, people treat you a certain way at Jamaica. I can tell you this right now. If you're high sided, you're uppity, as we call it at Jamaica, most likely you will get treated that way, and you don't want to be treated that way, because when people have you off a way there, it's a different category than put it in a completely, and you will feel it, you will see it, and you will feel it. But at the same time, I can't tell people say you can survive in Jamaica. I know say there's a lot of thief, but thief they everywhere. Thief they America like crazy. Let me tell you something, ain't nobody thief like American. People thief America. Let me tell you that. People in America, them will rip you off. You talk about scammer? You think nobody can scam like American? Eh? Let me tell you all this right now. Jamaica bad enough, but do not make American ready to do your bad. Oh gosh, this is a lot of traffic. But anyway, guys, if you come this far, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, all right? But let me tell you all this about Jamaica. Jamaica is what you make of it. Jamaica is what you decide to do with it. Or you decide to live, or you decide to deal with people or live with amongst people. That will determine your survival in Jamaica. And if you go down there and you think you're going to splurge and show off on somebody, no bother with that, because them days are done with. A lot of people have this tendency to feel like they go to Jamaica, when they're in Jamaica, you know, they live in a little okay neighborhood or whatever, and then now them there Jamaica, then go back to Jamaica, they feel like say they're uppity, them dead or them rich, and them start treat people a certain way. Most of the time, are them people that people target to get robbed, because guess what, they want to teach them a lesson. And sometimes they don't really want to rob them either, no, they just want to teach them a lesson. I'm not saying it's okay, I'm not saying it's okay, they should do it, but they will. But anyway, guys, if you come this far in the video, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing.